Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So it looks like Nicki Minaj is sending out a few warnings to the snakes. And allegedly she gotta watch out because a big collab could be coming her way. Now, Nicki Minaj recently went on Station Head and she said this. A lot of fans feel like this was, subliminal shots towards Champagne Thickums.
Well, my setting up to rob your ass.
Ash Miracle.
The person that gives them the little, the inside scoop, be a person close to you. Do you know why? If you do not lead with loyalty, perish at your own risk. Had there been loyalty and not looking down on this one and looking down on that one and da-da-da, had there been loyalty, the loyalty pushes up everyone within that group, within that community, within that building. And they can't get in there to rob you. Because they really you.
So a lot of fans are saying if Champagne Thickums had remained loyal, that's what they're getting from Nicki Minaj, and, stuck by Nicki, and her and Wayne and Champagne Thickums would have remained a solid group, then Champagne Thickums probably wouldn't be going through the issues he's going through now, because they would have known that they couldn't mess with Nicki because she had them standing behind her, and, they weren't going to allow anyone to take her out. Okay? Now, clear as day that Nicki Minaj does not need Wayne or Champagne Thickums because she survived the hate train in 2018. But I also feel like she's obviously showing that she knows that Wayne and Champagne Thickums have not remained loyal to her. And that's why Champagne Thickums is going through issues now. Okay? But in hindsight, a lot of fans feel like Nicki Minaj wasn't loyal to Champagne Thickums, even though I don't feel like she needed to be loyal, because it's clear as day that Champagne Thickums ain't loyal to her. But fans believe that because she wasn't loyal during the Meek Mill and Champagne Thickums beef, he kind of has returned the favor. Okay, he has not remained loyal. Even though I think Champagne Thickums does Nicki dirty and doesn't show her as much love as he used to publicly because he hasn't smashed. Okay? And most of the women that he showed love publicly to, he smashed. Riri, SZA, Sexy Red, all the women that he publicly shows love to, he usually smashed. J-Ho. So I personally think that the only way Nicki would ever get that amount of loyalty from Champagne Thickums, where he wouldn't allow nobody to disrespect to Nicki publicly or privately, he would have to be smashing. And Nicki probably knows that. So, I don't even know why she wasting her breath to even acknowledge that. He's not loyal, yet you go out of your way to stick up for them. And from what I've been hearing, Wayne is not going to speak out against Camel Face because Camel Face paid off his taxes when Birdman was stifling his money. And also, from what I'm hearing, Wayne is still cool with Camel Face. He don't really have no hardcore beef with Camel Face, and they have hung out a few weeks ago. Now the general public is trying to say that Nicki looks crazy. Now, moving on to Cardi B. A lot of fans are happy that Nicki Minaj exposed and went off on Camel Toe, because a lot of fans are saying that Cardi B, who is gearing up to drop her second album, is very close to getting more of a Queen Bee collaboration and a collaboration with Kung Fu Kenny. That's what they're saying in the streets. That because Nicki Minaj effed up, now Queen Bee might work with Botch and Pregnant. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I can see Queen Bee working with Botch and Pregnant, but would it even do anything? You know, because I low-key feel like Queen Bee, a lot of her features flop. I noticed that. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but she did a record with Travis Scott that kind of flopped. The record with Purdue Chicken flopped. She did a record with Post Malone that flopped. You know, Queen Bee be putting out a lot of flops, in my opinion. No shade. Now, moving on to Megan and Queen Ari. Word on the street is that Queen Ari is going to help Megan Thee Stallion and give her a collaboration of a lifetime. And it's only going to be a small 6-figure fee for the collaboration. They're not going to charge her too much. Now, it could cost up to $250,000 like she had to pay for Future. But Ariana, she likes what Megan stands for. She says she adores Megan Thee Stallion publicly, even though she beefing with Nicki Minaj. Queen Ari has publicly kind of distanced herself from Nicki. She don't say she adore Nicki publicly. Okay, y'all can talk about the voiceovers that she used of Nicki Minaj, trying to get the Barb support. But, you know, she don't publicly stick up for Nicki Minaj like she used to. And so, from what I've been hearing, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, not only does she want to work with the chart-obsessed racists, she's trying to get that Queen Ari collaboration, that pop smash hit that she's been missing. Okay? And let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, y'all could say, oh, they did the 34, 35 remix already. Why we need another collaboration? Yeah, but that was with Doja Cat. And that was Ariana's song. This new record is going to be Megan Thee Stallion's record. And, you know, Megan thinks that she can go number one with Ariana. Let me know if y'all will be supporting this hit record between Queen Ari and Megan. Let me know if you guys think it will go top 10, top 5 on the Hot 100. Me personally, I definitely think it could go maybe top 20. I don't know about top 5. I feel like low-key Queen Ari fell off a little bit. Now, moving on to Queen Bee. Queen Bee shouts out female singers that she messed with or she listened to right now. She shouted out my girl Ray from the UK, Victoria Monet, Sasha Keeble, Chloe and Holly, Renee Rapp, Gorilla Glue, Doechii, Sabrina Carpenter, okay? She says she likes Sabrina Carpenter's Please, Please, Please. Wonder why she didn't shout out Megan Thee Stallion. Maybe because she cool with Megan already. And then she says she's a Smiler, aka a Purdue Chicken fan. Now, my whole thing with that is, you a fan of Walmart Beyonce and Baby Mama, but yet you sabotage them every time they release music. You know, Walmart Beyonce can get no promotion, no push over there at Columbia/Parkwood Entertainment, yet you love Walmart Beyonce so much. Very interesting. But Queen Bee is the queen of chess, and she don't want Walmart Beyonce to take her spot. So the smart thing to do is to sabotage the F out of Chloe, so that way she won't prosper in the music business. So Queen Bee is the queen of chess. Queen Bee also talked about her personal life and how she doesn't use it to sell her work like other artists. She said, one thing I worked extremely hard on is making sure my kids can have as much normalcy and privacy as possible. Ensuring my personal life isn't turned into my brand. It's very easy for celebrities to turn our lives into a performance art. I have made an extreme effort to stay true to my boundaries and protect myself and my family. No amount of money is worth my peace. Now, I definitely agree with this statement. I don't think that Queen Bee needs to be more personable with the fans. Okay? She's an artist. I feel like fans sometimes can be too entitled and want to know every little detail. Okay, y'all claim Queen B is boring and that she's a robot. So why do y'all need to know more about her personal life? I never understood that. Y'all always say, oh, Queen B's a robot. She's boring. She has no personality, but then complain that she don't share more about her life. If she's so boring, she shouldn't share anything. Okay, why would you want to know about a boring person? That doesn't make any sense. So I agree with Queen B in that statement. Then Queen B talked about why she decided not to release music videos for Renaissance and Cowboy Carter. She said, I thought it was important that during a time where all we see is visuals, that the world can focus on the voice. The music is so rich in history and instrumentation, it takes months to digest and research and understand. The music needed space to breathe on its own. Sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice and the music. The years of hard work and detail put into an album that takes 4 years, the music is enough. The fans from all over the world became the visual. We all got the visual on tour. We then got more visuals from my film. Okay, so that's what Queen B said. Basically, what I am getting, she won't be able to trick me with, oh, the people are the visual and sometimes the visuals can be a distraction. Okay, she won't be able to trick me with that narrative. A lot of celebrities want to use that narrative when they don't have the budget for their music videos. That's what it is. See, she mentioned, oh, the visuals was the tour. The visuals was the film, which makes me believe that the money that was going to be spent on the music videos went towards the tour and it went towards making the film, the documentary. Because I remember Queen B putting out teasers, okay, for the Renaissance album. She put out a bunch of teasers, little clips of music videos that were going to come out. So unfortunately, I don't believe that narrative that, she wanted the fans to be the visuals. I think she used up the money that was meant for the visuals for the tour, okay, because Queen B's tour looked expensive, okay? The stage setup was elite. Nobody has topped Queen B's touring outfits or the tour stage. Okay, nobody has topped that, ever. Her tour production was elite. So I think that probably cost a lot of money, and that's why the visuals didn't come out. And also on top of that, no shade of Queen B, yes, you have an amazing voice, but Cowboy Carter was not a great album. It needed the visuals, to be quite honest. Renaissance was a really good album. You didn't need visuals. But the Cowboy Carter album, you definitely need the visuals because the album wasn't that great. So if I were you, I wouldn't be talking about, oh, the visuals are a distraction. Ain't much of a distraction when the music is trash. Okay, you had, to me, in my opinion, no replay value for Cowboy Carter. It doesn't deserve to win any awards at the Grammys. And I'm not even really shocked that it didn't win anything at the Country Music Awards because it wasn't that great. So you need the visuals for Cowboy Carter. No shade. Now, a lot of people are still upset about Kung Fu Kenny performing at next year's Super Bowl. Okay, he is the headliner, the first male rapper to ever headline in history. Okay, and people are saying, well, he don't have the catalog to perform, which is wrong. He absolutely has the catalog. If you're not a fan of Kung Fu Kenny, I would rather you say that than to try to say he don't have the catalog. Okay, no shade. He definitely has the catalog. Now, people want to know what are Kung Fu Kenny's hit records that he can perform. He can perform B Don't Kill My Vibe. Y'all know that song. Swimming Pools is another hit song by Kung Fu Kenny that he could perform. Poetic Justice. Okay, even though that features Champagne Thickums, it would be interesting if he performs that song. And one of Kung Fu Kenny's biggest hits, he could perform is All Right. That was one of the biggest singles of his career thanks to the Black Lives Matter movement. That was really popular when that came out. And then if I was Kung Fu Kenny, I know that this is going to be a reach, but I think he should call up Riri and get her to perform Loyalty, because she did perform, I think, what was it, the 23 Super Bowl halftime show, wobbling around, out of breath, barely was dancing, but y'all ate that up because, she was pregnant. But that performance wasn't that great. But he should call Rihanna so they can perform Loyalty. That would be fire. Then, if you're talking about the whole damn album, he got DNA. Y'all know that song. Element, okay? And Humble, which went number 1. That's probably one of his biggest songs in his career, okay? And then if I'm being completely honest, instead of calling Rihanna, he should call up the chart-obsessed racists to perform Bad Blood. That's what he really need to do. He needs to go call up the chart-obsessed racists to get the Caucasians to watch. And so they can perform Bad Blood. Okay? Y'all forgot about that. And then, low-key, he should call up Queen B. I actually think he should get Queen B and the chart-obsessed racists instead of out of breath Rihanna, who hasn't sang in years. But if he call up Queen B to perform Freedom, oh my goodness, that's going to break the internet. If they come out and perform Freedom, their collaboration, that is going to be fire. And then also, he was on the remix to America Has a Problem. I think they should perform that too, okay? But the point is, Kung Fu Kenny got hits. I just named like 10 songs he could perform that are very popular. Okay? I didn't even mention saving the best for last. I didn't mention Euphoria. Okay? I think he should start the show out with Euphoria and then end it with Not Like Us. And when he ends it with Not Like Us, okay, he should bring out a bunch of high school cheerleaders and a marching band. Oh my goodness. That's a great idea. He brings out a bunch of cheerleaders in a marching band, okay? Because guess what? Marching bands usually are in colleges, high schools. A lot of girls be on the cheerleading team that might be minors, and that is Champagne Thickums type. So that will definitely break the internet. And I didn't even talk about the Black Panther soundtrack. We're not even going to get into him performing all the stars with SZA. If he bring out SZA and perform all the stars, that will be fire. That would be fire. See, I just gave y'all a full set list that he can do. Okay? And he could bring out Pharrell, because he worked with Pharrell. That would be fire. Travis Scott, Goosebumps. Oh my goodness. See, y'all was sleeping on Kung Fu Kenny, but he might do his big one. Now, moving on to Usher and Lil Kim. Usher brings out Lil Kim to his Brooklyn show. He's currently on tour. And he basically says that Lil Kim is the queen of rap. Unfortunately, a lot of people feel like it was a diss to Nicki Minaj.
We in Brooklyn, right? We in Brooklyn, right? That's only one Queen Bee of hip hop. I love you guys. Love you, baby. Put your hands together one more time for Brooklyn's own Queen Bee.
Okay, so y'all heard that. He said there's only one Queen Bee in hip hop, and that's Lil Kim. Now, if you guys remember, Usher said during, I think it was the pandemic, he said that Nicki Minaj was a product of Lil Kim, okay? And then Nicki Minaj dissed him on Trolls. And she said, somebody usher this nigga to the clinic. Okay? My flow so sick. And we ain't talking about a pandemic. So there's some beef there. So it seems as though he found a way to get his lick back. Okay? By bringing Kim on stage. My whole thing is, all these artists use Kim to go against Nicki Minaj, but they won't work with her. Usher, you just put out an album. You just performed at the Super Bowl earlier this year. Why didn't you bring out Lil Kim? You love Lil Kim so much. You brought her out to the Brooklyn show. That was great. Should have brought her out on the Super Bowl. And then on top of that, why don't anybody want to work with Kim? They always use Kim to spite Nicki Minaj, but they never want to work with her. Never do no music with her. Okay? No joint tours. They bring her out. They send her back to her foreclosed home. Okay? So, it just don't make sense to me. Okay? It never makes sense. Now, moving on to the leprechaun Tory. Unfortunately, Mr. Tory Short Lanez and his crooked hairline, he put out a statement saying the rumors are true. The prison tapes will be discontinued until further notice. However, I think it's important that my fans know the truth about the crooked ass ish that's really going on here. Now, if you don't know, unfortunately, Tory's, I think, studio equipment was confiscated at his jail cell. Okay, because he was recording in his jail cell like he was R. Kelly. And so what they did, they took it away. Okay, and a lot of people are speculating that it was Devil Nation. Now, he continued and said, my cell was not raided and trashed because I learned how to record myself or because I created the prison tapes. I was shut down because the higher-ups figured out what I was really doing with the prison tapes and how many inmates were being helped in a life-changing way because of them. Since the first day I was incarcerated, all I've seen is blacks and other minorities receive the most cruel, illegal, and unfair punishment and treatment. For so many nights, I asked capital G-O-D to reveal his purpose in making me go through the ills of the prisons system. I was later shown that purpose. I was placed in jail to suffer, to feel, and to witness firsthand the pain and oppression being inflicted upon the young black and brown men and women of my generation. I knew I had to change this injustice, so I made a plan that when I got to prison, I would figure out a way to record music and put all the proceeds towards the legal representation of my fellow inmates, giving them a once-in-a-lifetime chance to go home to their families and appeal and resentencing. Although the higher-ups have stopped the prison tapes temporarily, they were too late to stop my overall plan. Since the month of July, I've afforded legal representation for 472 inmates and actively reopened 476 cases with the help of the legal firm Unite the People. So many inmates will be returned to their families and loved ones. I'm naming this the Hands of God Project. Lastly, they know I'm a threat and they don't want me saying or doing this. So if anything happens to me, just know I went out in the blaze of glory trying to revolutionize the end of the mass incarceration era of our people. Damn, so he said Devil Nation and Megan Thee Stallion trying to get rid of him. That's basically what I got from this long book that he put out, I think, on Instagram. He could have just wrote that basically Devil Nation took his equipment to record in jail because he's helped funding several people's lawyers, okay, in prison. And they're not too happy about that, okay? It looks like they're upset about that. So, you know, Tory, I would hate for you to get sacrificed, but You opened your big fat mouth. Okay, so, you pissed off Devil Nation, you pissed off Camel Face, you pissed off Megan Thee Stallion. And you know what I say? The devil works hard, but Devil Nation works harder. Okay? And now you just basically threw their plan under the bus. So they definitely gonna get rid of you. If I was you, I would try to escape prison. Maybe you can do that. And, go undercover. Okay? Or maybe fake your death or something. But it ain't gonna be good for you. Okay, Tory? Now, moving on to Ice Spice. Unfortunately, scratch off PÚNKS Ice Spice and throw some shade at her talent.
Tell LATT0 I'm really thick. Like, really thick. What it is. That's it.
It gives me,
I'm
like
an actress
Ice
on the
Spice
side.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on with that.
it was like, I'm so cute, bruh.
Like, we get it.
Damn. So let me know how y'all feel about that. I do feel like Scratch Off is not that great of a rapper or a lyricist. She do have them ABCD raps. But Scratch Off ain't that lyrical either. All you talk about is how you took somebody's man, your coochie. You ain't that lyrical either. Okay? But I do feel like Scratch Off is a better rapper than Ice Spice. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Ice Spice, you definitely have to diss her openly. Okay? Because she disrespected you publicly several times. So you definitely have to respond, in my opinion. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And have a great day.